Hi, I'm Ron from Collection.
And I'm Vivian from Collection.
Collection is the first official crowd acting platform in the world where people can start and join crowd acting projects.
Yeah, because what we noticed is that there are many big problems in the world, we call them collective action problems, that as an individual it's really difficult to change them. So I personally felt very frustrated about plastic in the ocean or climate change, and individually I found it difficult to make an impact on that. So that's when we came up with the idea of Collection.
And crowd acting is a term that we coined, and what it means, it's basically the same as crowdfunding, but instead of committing money, people commit actions. So there could be all kinds of different projects that solve all kinds of collective action problems. For instance, if 1,000 people commit to buying fair trade products, we all do it. Or it can also be on a more sort of macro scale. We could also say, okay, if 1 million people commit to changing from Amazon to Fairmundo, another platform that is more ethical and sustainable, then we all do it. So that's the concept basically. What we noticed as Collection, being a platform and also not focusing on one specific issue, but on many different collective action problems in terms of climate change, environment, but also on social issues, community issues, we found it quite hard to get like subsidies and foundations to fund us. But what we did notice is that with our story, we could really mobilize people to basically contribute to our cause. We also want to go towards a sustainable business model as soon as we can, and that can take different forms. For instance, we're piloting a SaaS model, a software as a service model, where we sell our software basically to, for instance, municipalities or big companies or other organizations that want to solve collective action problems, either with the people that live in the municipalities or people that work for the big companies. But what we also are going to experiment with now is to have a business model a bit like Groupon, but then only targeted towards sustainable businesses or sustainable products. So for instance, we can collectively switch to a values-driven bank, and then people can get a discount, and maybe a small percentage of that can go to Collection to further support and scale the platform.
The great thing about the era we live in now is that we are interconnected. Today, 3 billion people have access to the internet, and to solve collective action problems, we need to empower the entire crowd. So our dream for the future is to go global. So everybody all over the world can start and join collective actions.
We deliberately didn't call our platform crowdacting.org, but we called it collection.org, because we want to make crowd acting as a concept much larger than just our organization. So our hope is that many other crowd acting platforms will arise and solving many different types of collective action problems around the world. So we hope to at some point that crowd acting becomes just as big or even bigger than crowdfunding, and a whole new way of solving these collective action problems.
There are so many people who would choose to do good if they knew that their actions were not just a drop in the ocean, but in fact part of a single giant wave.